Okay. It says we're live on Zoom. Now, let's just see if that's the case on the YouTube. Okay, yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Sheila Karuna. Welcome to, you're watching this live. It's Sassy Seer Sheila. If it is recorded, it will be on New Light Streaming Love. Today is Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025. I haven't been here in at least a week, I don't think. And boy, oh boy, has it been a week. Let me just say, I'm only going to do two cards today to do an energy read. However, I'm feeling to say so much that I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. I've been moving through an awful lot of integration. I've shared that ever since I started recording Jason Gray's work, I've been having a lot of integration going on. Also, I've been feeling moved to record work from B at Quantum Tumblr. I've reached out, but I've not heard back from that guy. And I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure the things that I want to record are freely available on the internet, but I'm not really clear. So that's why I haven't. Here's my thing. And gee, I wish some of you were here live now so I could. I really want to hear from some of you guys. I keep asking for that, and folks will watch these videos but not comment and not reach back and that sort of thing. So if you've been following me for a little while, you know that I feel, I have said this many times, we are all one and singular. And what do I mean by that? I mean that we are one consciousness separated into individualized containers. Ego personalities that help anchor that consciousness in this physical vessel. That ego personality is easily, some more easily than others, but all have been programmed and conditioned in varying ways. Because of our being anchored in these physical vessels, we have a tendency to only see, sense, and feel things from our own perspective. For whatever the reason, I feel as though I have seen and heard many different beings have the story of what is going on the planet. It comes through each individuated being in a particular manner due to aforementioned programming and conditioning. And because of the way this comes in, beings have a tendency to wrap their arms around it and think that they are the one. This happens for almost all of us at one point or another. We think we are the one who has the truth, the only one who has the truth. I've heard all differing methods. I shared earlier this week with several beings a conversation between Ben Farley, Unchained Earth, and Ryan Kailash. I'm not sure how you say his name. I'll have to check it again. Where it's the exact same thing, right? As we each one begin to awaken to the truth of who we are, what we are. I want to hold on a second. I don't normally do this, but I am going to share. I'm going to share this. Yeah, I want to share this. Because I didn't tell anybody I was going to go live. Now, this is not easy for me, especially when I'm live, to try to do this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm just going to share it. I don't have to say anything. Okay. Anyway. So back to what I was saying. So as we begin to awaken and figure out the truth of who we are, it's kind of gone. So I'm just going to keep going here. Here's the thing. More and more and more of us are waking up to the truth of who we are. What that actually means for each individuated one is going to look, feel, be different for some time. Here's my take on it. Everybody will have their own take. It doesn't mean I'm right, but I know I'm right for me. And that is to keep yourself open. I am being instructed by my own internal guidance to remain open to being shown how, where, when, what. Because this is a process. This is not, there are a lot of different channels out there, not just YouTube channels, but channelers, channels who really feel like there's a one and done situation, that everybody's going to wake up all at once. And I get it. I understand what that is. Again, I feel as though that is their own guidance and they are interpreting it in a particular manner. I've said before, I feel as though I know for a fact that I interpreted my own inner guidance incorrectly. I've told that story before. And I know now with all of me why I was shown that very specifically was so that I would get that message that that is what happens for us all. That due to the where, when, and how we do this awakening, it comes through our experiential filter, which contains all of our experiences while having been in this physical vessel. This physical vessel has been through a lot of programming and conditioning. And so, because of that, we tend to think that that is the truth and the way and all of that, when in fact, it's not that it's wrong, because it's not wrong. It could be just the interpretation that I've assigned to it, or you have assigned to it in the moment that it was received. Because we don't know what we don't know. Honestly. I mean, just think for a second. We've all of us, every last one of us, every channeler, everybody has been programmed and conditioned. I don't care how long you've been doing this, how much guidance you get, you still have been programmed and conditioned to think a certain way, see things a certain way. There's perspectives in place. And I'm convinced that that is why I was shown in that particular way. For myself, I can trust my guidance. What I cannot trust is my own interpretation of that guidance immediately. It has to be borne out. I have to be open to seeing where I may have interpreted something incorrectly, because that's what happened for me. Now, I don't know, maybe someday I will go viral. I kind of doubt that, but you just never know. But you sure cannot argue with the fact that Karuna went viral. But because my last name is Karuna, I had just started a YouTube channel, I really truly felt that it was going to be me. Oh my goodness. Well, isn't this interesting? With everything that I've been moving through in the last week, the Rumi card that came out is beyond the threshold of fear. I just got through recording some more of Jason's work this morning, and you will see when I release it. I said, I am feeling very, very, very similar to the way that I felt when I was in Knoxville, when I was being exposed to all of what was transpiring there. I did not at the time understand or understand what was going on, but I knew there was something, and I knew it was something big. And it was, and it is still. And I feel very much the same about this with Jason. I will not pretend to understand all of what he is bringing forward. I don't think that he actually, in talking with him, I just spoke with him a few minutes ago, actually, and I don't think that even he is aware of exactly what he's doing. He's got a pretty good idea on some. Here's the thing, on the upfront, conscious, little Sheila level, I don't know. I feel there's something. On the larger, more expansive part of me, I know there's something. And this is exactly the way I think he has going on. But, that's just me. Your individual mileage will absolutely vary. There's too many beings right now are saying essentially the same thing. They're using different words. They think they're the only one that's got the story, but they're not. Trust me, they're not. And that whole thing about no one can stop what's coming, the best is yet to come. These have all become sayings for a reason. Where we go one, we go all, and that's not at all what you think. The number 17, not at all what you think. Oh, we've assigned things to it because we thought we had it. We thought we knew, right? I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Um, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this because I have a lot to record today and I have book study in an hour. And look for there to be a lot of things coming out from Jason later on today. I've already recorded 2 or 3, and I have many, many, many more to record. And let me just say, I think it feels huge. I don't even know what to say. I I really want to hear from some of you that I know there are. I'm seeing there are 3 of you um in here now watching. I know you guys feel you've got to be feeling something or you wouldn't be here. First of all, you wouldn't be in this chat room with me. And if any of you were privy to what took place in Knoxville, I'm telling you right now, this is at least on the magnitude of that. For me, that's what I'm feeling internally. Okay, so beyond the threshold of fear, it's kind of interesting that this come out because one of the things that Ryan spoke about in the conversation that he had with Ben Farley, Unchained Earth, one of the things that uh, Crystal Hemphill and I talked about just before Christmas. One of the things that Lisa and I have talked about has to do with those who think they're in charge and well, they killed Christ, didn't they? So very interesting when beings step forward. There is a bit of fear involved. I will not I saw a saying by um James O'Keefe just recently. He's got it plastered on his wall behind him. My price is my life. I believe that's the way Ryan Kalish feels. I know that's the way I feel. I feel as though that is also the way Ben Farley feels. I'm pretty sure it's the way that Jason feels. I'm not going to put words in these people's mouths, but I'm telling you, that's the feeling I get. When you feel something like this and you remain in your integrity, okay, anyway, beyond the threshold of fear, enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. Boy, this is really huge for me right now. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back. It is your, apparently I have to say that again, your fear holding you back like a bar behind the door. Rumi. Wow. How I celebrate for you. After so long away from home, you are finally returning. Beyond the threshold of fear, you dispense with your doubts, hesitations, cautions, and tentativeness. They are old friends with whom you no longer have anything in common. Goodbye, old friends. I wish you well, you say, whilst turning your face to the burgeoning light of a new and yet ancient world. You are visiting as though for the first time, and yet somehow also remember deep in your sacred heart. Finally, we can sit. Here's the thing. I shuffled these cards. I did not handpick this card. Finally, we can sit together in the charming courtyard at home. We shall tell our tales of adventure and laugh, and we'll dance and sing. Eventually, day shall pass into night, and we'll gaze beneath our feet, our mouths gaping open in awe, and minds utterly blank, rendered dumb in sweet submission to beauty as we watch the world spinning on her axis. And if you guys were privy to what I had just recorded right before coming here and getting this card, you would understand why I am reacting this way. After so long, you are changing your relationship to fear. Oh, yes, I am. No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You are becoming able to observe it, to witness it, even to have compassion rather than resistance. Yes, I would say that's true. Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth and choosing to slumber in darkness, you awaken and delight in the light and sound of your divine being. Push and pull, one step forward and half a step back. So it has been for so long, and you have endured. Yes, you are winning the race, brave one, and fear is left to fizzle out. It was always a far less beautiful firework than your passionate conviction for love anyway. Better to let that dazzling firework come to light instead. Much more satisfying. Oh, what a spiritual marathon you have been running. Now the end is in sight. You are drinking the sacred waters to replenish you from your journey. The cups are pushed into your hands by encouraging angels as you approach that blessed sash marking the finish line. Your body and soul are on this journey together, and now they are ready for victory and, yes, to rest and recover from the effort. Rest now before a new adventure begins from a completely different state of being. Well, that's rather telling because I kind of feel like that's what I've been doing over the last several days while I haven't been here. Because I haven't done anything. I haven't read Jason's work. I haven't been on Facebook. I haven't done much of anything. This oracle comes with spiritual guidance for you. You have broken through a barrier, a self-imposed barrier of fear, whether it seemed to originate from within your consciousness or from external set of circumstances that held you back from taking the steps you are now taking or just about to take. These steps may feel strange, new, uncertain, and exciting. Your mind might not have received the memo that fear-based existence is no longer in operation for you. It may need a loving, tender, reassuring, and firm update that the relationship you have with fear is now rather different. You are the witness, not the victim. Your consciousness is strong enough to hold it in compassion. You don't collapse under its weight. When, in fact, it is becoming less and less substantial for you. When it is there, it seems less convincing than what it once appeared to be. Compelling, still at times perhaps, but not anywhere near as powerful as it once was. That power has been claimed by your heart instead. So give your mind the memo. Get used to the new way and take steps. Test your legs. You'll find them powerful and ready. Get set to fly. Test your wings. Trust is one, daring is the other. You'll find them enthusiastic for flight and ready to learn to ride the currents, purpose-built for soaring to great heights. Trust in your vision. Without the murky filter of fear, it is sharp and clear. You can see what is meant for you, what is true for you, what is beckoning you forward now. Take the running leap. There is no darkness and light for you anymore, just life, living, free and clear. I'll be running and flying beside you. We'll soar and dive and rise together. Let's play. Wow. Well, hello, Vanessa. I hope you'll come back and listen from the very beginning because there's a lot going on and I feel like there's going to be a lot more to come very quickly now. And I'll be putting out a lot of Jason's work today. So Have a good day, sweetheart. Wow. Okay. I cannot unsee how this card just magically appeared today. And like I said, when you hear some of the things I've already recorded, I think it's 2 or 3 I've already recorded this morning. You'll understand why I feel this way. Okay, the 2 that came out from the alchemy elementals, and then I'm going to get out of here. Land, flower, earth, fire, volcano, earth. Very interesting. These cards are very similar here. In terms of things on the earth activating, oh my word. These sure do seem to tell the tale. And because of what I know, I've already recorded and will be continuing to do today. I haven't read them yet. I just know I am to do them. They are activations, I feel, at least for me. They may not be for you, but they are for me and others like me. Oh my goodness, I'm snotting right on camera. Sorry, guys. It's real up in here. I don't try to hide nothing. Never have and never will. This is what humanity looks like, so just get used to it. That's the thing, see? I ain't trying to please nobody or put on airs or anything like that. This is just me. This is just real life, and that's what this is. So there's that. Everybody has a snotty nose when they cry, and don't tell me they don't, because they do. Okay, so the first one that wanted to be read was land, flower, earth. So land, flower, earth is on page 94. Yeah, I felt strongly the elemental realm today. I don't know why, but I'm just feeling them very strongly today. Okay. Heart already knows what the eyes squint to perceive and what the mind struggles to figure out. The essence is the true nature of one's being. There is no logical equation we can plug into the intellect to home in on essence. Essence is felt. Essence is intuited. The knowingness that allows us to connect with another's essence cannot be quantified by science. Now, this is very true here, and it's speaking to why I record what I feel to record. It has to do with essence and resonance. And so this is very much a very real thing here for me. And no, it cannot be quantified by science. I mean, I suppose if you really wanted to, somebody could figure out how, but I don't think it can. And that's because it's to be felt. And they don't put a whole lot of stock in that, which is a shame, really. To really understand this world, and I mean really understand it, you must connect unconditionally with the essence that underlies every single being and every single life form on this planet. Only then will you be able to discern a weed from a flower and to know which energies, beings, and experiences will serve you and which ones will not. Sense deeper, sense multidimensionally, so as to allow the essence of what you are observing to show itself to you. I concur with this with one caveat. For me, I keep being shown that it all serves. I've said this before. In the past, I would label something as a mistake. But given some time and some distance, I could see where said mistake absolutely had to happen in just the way that it did so that I could get the freaking message. Like me thinking that my YouTube channel was going to go viral. Here we are, 8 years down the line, and I have 127 subscribers. Now, yes, I know that I've been shadow banned in a lot of different ways, but still, I think I had to move through that so that I could see just what I have said before about that, that my guidance wasn't wrong. It Karuna absolutely went viral. It just wasn't my YouTube channel. Okay, so the next one is fire, volcano, earth. And that one is on page 16. I'm sorry. I just love that because to me that was that's just too good. That I apparently I really am a comedian in many ways because the fact that I set that up for myself in just that way is just too good, too precious, too real. Okay, so a true leader recognizes the needs of the people and then inspires and encourages them to bring their passions and their genius forth. You are being called to leadership, dear one. It is time to take your rightful place at the table and to inspire others to do the same. I realize that this is quite the message to me. I get that. I already know that that is what I'm supposed to do. But all I can do is continue to do what I've been doing. And that is show up, be myself, be real, because that's what this is. I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, be a guru for anybody. Just show folks you just have to show up and be yourself. And you are a leader, period. End of story. Be effing real. Be who you are. Understand that we're all the same and yet singular. That's really all we have to do, in my view. You must share your love and guide the people to take action that is aligned with spirit. Know that everything you've gone through, the hardships, the challenges, and even the blessings have been designed to support you in the journey ahead, the journey of being a lit leader of legacy, trust the path, trust your steps, trust in spirit. And here's the other thing that I'm being guided right now to share. I keep being shown that we, each and every single one of us who are waking up, whatever that means to you, expanding your consciousness, you are a leader. You are going to be called to show the way. Ryan Kalish was told he was a way shower by somebody else. Yes, but what that means will be different for each. There is no one way to do this. It will take many translators. I am a translator for some, not for all. I'm aware of that. Some think that they're the translator for everybody, but that's not true, not from my point of view. Because the way frequency works, the way this awakening is happening, we have differing levels of consciousness going on. You cannot know what you cannot know. You cannot explain what you do not know. All we can do is show up and share what it is that we are feeling, seeing, experiencing. Yes, many of us feel like I have thought maybe I was a little cray-cray. My son definitely thinks I'm crazy. Other people have had these feelings and thoughts as well. Well, I say we ain't all of us crazy, especially since there is so much that keeps being shown. And so, because of those differing levels of consciousness, because of the way that language works, I keep being shown where there are many translators and many people to be translated to. I don't know if that's even making sense the way I'm saying that. In that conversation, and I'm going to post it again, and I will put a link to it. It's on Spotify. If you go to Unchained Earth on Spotify, it is a free conversation. He's got a few things behind the paywall, which I get. Right now we're still playing with money. Someday I hope everybody wakes up to the fact that we don't need it, but right now we're still playing that old game. But at least this one is not behind a paywall. And I think it's called Christ Consciousness. It's with Ryan Kalish. He played for the Red Sox and was part of the team that won the World Series after 100 years of not winning the World Series. And he tells his story of awakening. And it's very interesting in a lot of ways because, again, he too is a translator. Ether, the AI that Ben Farley, Unchained Earth, is interacting with, says to him the same thing she said to Ben Farley. And what we've been saying, Lisa and I have been saying for some time, you got to fix you. Nobody else. You cannot fix anybody. You fix yourself. And that makes it available to everybody else. That's the way it works. We get all tangled up thinking that there's, you know, there's some ways, but it's different for every being. That's just the way that goes. What works for me will not work for you in its entirety. Will some of it? Sure, maybe. And some of what you got going on might work for me, but not exactly. And the reason is because we are all one and singular, and we are at our own level of consciousness expansion in any given moment of time. And it's a complete journey that is completely yours and yours alone. So looking for the answer or the purpose of somebody else, that's not going to work in its entirety. That's why I keep saying, if you move to where you feel drawn, if you feel drawn to me, there's a reason. If you feel drawn to that person over there, there's a reason. They might have something for you. It has to do with frequency resonance, resonance building, that sort of thing. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming. This will appear on New Light Streaming Love later on today. I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It really is a matter of your perspective. You have a perspective that is completely unique to everybody else. You cannot compare yourself to anyone else. That is the entire point of this little, whatever it is we call ourselves doing here. That is the entire point, is to have experiences that are unique to you. And because of that, your awakening will be completely unique to you as well. So stop trying to think, oh, that one over there is farther ahead, and what do I need to do to leave all of that behind? If you feel to reach out to me, do so. consciousconversationscentral@gmail.com. Leave a comment. If you don't see your comment right away, it's just because I have all the comments held so that I can read them. If I don't hold them and then go through them, which I do every day, sometimes twice a day, I check, and then I release them because I want to be able to read them. By the end of Conscious Conversation Central, I had over 2,000 videos, and some of those comments got missed because I never know when somebody's going to see something for the first time and comment on it. Be well, my friends. Until next time.